What's up, guys? Welcome back to another review, and this time I'm gonna cover The Lords of Salem, written and directed by Rob Zombie, and this movie sucks. I'm gonna level with you. I don't like The Lords of Salem whatsoever. It has a couple of things that I did enjoy, but overall this movie is one big pile of a random mess. Things I did like. The musical score by John Five is actually pretty good. It's a really good score. Very creepy, very skin crawling score. I like that shit a lot. From a production standpoint, this is definitely one of Rob Zombie's better shot films. Cinematography is done by Brandon Throst, and it's very atmospheric. You get a real East Coast fall sense with this picture. Of course, the movie takes place in Boston, Massachusetts, just outside Salem, and from what it looks like, it takes place in the fall, and Rob Zombie did a good job at capturing that fall-like atmosphere with this thing, and that Salem-like vibe that you would get there. So that stuff is good. The actors, they all do a decent part. Sherry Moon Zombie's the lead in this thing, and she plays our lead, and she does well for what it is. This is her first movie that she is actually the anchor, and she doesn't do a bad job at all. I thought she was okay. She was fine. I like the relationship she has with Jeffrey Daniel Phillips and Ken Foray. They play DJs at a radio studio, and they have good character. They have good banter with one another, and I buy them as being friends. I also like the relationship between the three sisters, which are played by Dee Wallace, Judy Greer, and Patricia Quinn. Judy Greer's character, she owns this apartment building that Heidi lives in, and her three sisters, and she has three sisters, and it's revealed at the end that those three sisters are Satan worshippers slash witches, but their chemistry is good too. I buy them as being sisters. It's good stuff. It's okay. It's fine. Some of the scenes in this movie are actually well directed. This movie does have some good, well directed, and just creepy scenes to it. Not scary, but creepy scenes. There's this one scene where Sherry Moon's in a room, and she's like looking at this red cross, and you see like this images of a hell beast in flames, and you see an image of a hell beast behind her. And it's a very intense, moody scene, and it's good. It works. It's creepy. I like it. I wish more of the movie was like that. It said this guy has a tendency to fucking just shove a bunch of random nonsense in your face. It's fucking aggravating with this fucking guy already. Another thing I like about this movie is that it goes back and it goes through some flashbacks where take place during the actual Salem witch trials, and I wish the movie was more centered on those flashbacks. I found those flashback scenes to be more intriguing and more interesting than the present day scenes. Speaking of which, the character of Bruce Davison. For those of you who don't know, Bruce Davison played Senator Kelly in the first two X-Men films. He's fantastic in this movie. I like Bruce Davison as an actor, and I thought he was great as the character of Francis Mathias. And I like his whole little subplot of him doing an investigation, because the character of Heidi receives this record by this band called The Lords, and it's just this continuing piece of music that hypnotizes all the women of Salem. And it's revealed that this witch called Margaret Morgan placed a curse on the women of Salem, and blah blah blah. All that stuff is okay, and Bruce Davison's investigation into it is actually one of the more intriguing parts of the movie. That's about all the nice things I got to say about this movie. The imagery in this movie is 100% complete fucking randomness. I don't know what's happening. I have scenes of a fucking priest getting a blowjob from Sherry Moon Zombie while he's saying, "The apocalypse is coming, the apocalypse is coming, blah blah blah. By the way, keep sucking my cock." Then he fucking starts spewing random black goo from his mouth. I guess he was coming. Why is this in the movie? What's this have to do with the story? Why the fuck is there a scene of a fucking grand ballroom, which the set looks fucking beautiful, it's well constructed, but why is it here? Not only that, why is there this fucking little midget demon with tentacles fucking doing like, what the fuck is this shit? What the fuck am I watching? What is this bullshit? And then you get to the end of the movie, there's like these fucking like hell priests. They're like sitting on a chair and they're fucking whacking off fake dildos. Like, what the fuck is this garbage? What is this random garbage? That's what this movie is. The Lords of Salem is random garbage. This movie would have been great if it focused solely, if it had more focus on Bruce Davison's side plot, and it kept all this random bullshit to the side, because it takes up too much screen time. And knowing Rob Zombie, he's like, oh, that stuff for Bruce Davison, that stuff is boring. Check out the random imagery. It's fucking, check it out. It's interesting and cool, yeah. And I'm like, no, the stuff with Bruce Davison is in that investigation he's doing. I'm more interested in that, and him, and learning more about the history of this Margaret Morgan character and her coven of 6 witches. I want to know more about that. I want to know more about that, and instead you show me fucking nonsense that I don't want to know, because it's fucking stupid. Man, yes, The Lords of Salem is this movie. I don't want to talk about this movie anymore, because I got nothing else positive to say about this thing. This movie is a 4 out of 10. And not 4 ratings for all the positive things I have to say. The rest of this movie, ugh, stupid. The first 2 acts started off very promising, but once you get to that 3rd act, that's where all the random bullshit just starts to come in and flood this movie, and it falls apart because Rob Zombie keeps stroking his artistic fucking whacked out cock, and he has to explode his fucking seed of bullshit all over this movie instead of making this movie into a more grounded psychological horror movie. Instead, it's a fucking movie that by the time you finish watching it, you're like, what the fuck did I just see, and why did I watch this for? Yeah, avoid this movie. It's not good. And if you have seen this movie, let me know why you've seen this movie. Let me know if you survived this movie. Like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'll check you back next time for more.